Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Mamiya, and today we're going to be checking out some more of the awesome auto-battler Godslayer Arena. So, in last episode, in case you missed it, we played as the Raging Bloodlord, and we sort of built around, oh god, what is the name of, let's just go into the codex here. Traits. We built around Electros. We had every single one of these spells, and there's only 6 here. We had the mastery spell as well. Maybe I've not unlocked them all, but we managed to get to 6. We got every single one of these spells, so we were shooting 6 lightning bolts that deal 30 damage every time we cast one of these spells. It was pretty wild. Lots of AoE, lots of spam. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, do go check out my previous video. There will be a link to the playlist below. But yeah, for today, we're going to check out a new character. The Cosmic Huntress. Your arrows pierce through enemies, dealing 50% less damage after each hit. Minimum of 25% damage. Summon a cosmic animal companion which can shapeshift to grant you bonuses. Bear regenerates health. Phoenix auto-casts your highest cost spell. Wolf empowers your attacks. And a monkey summons additional mini-monkeys. Let's get going. Okay. Let's see what we got. We got a burning arrow. Fire a cone of 3 burning arrows, each one dealing 20 damage. Elites take an additional 20 damage over 4 seconds. Part of the Infernum and Doom Quiver set. Infernum is your leftmost and rightmost Infernum spells gain refill and bonus spell power. Doom Quiver spells fire an additional projectile. So this is an attack spell and a projectile. Maybe. I don't really want to go with Electros here, because we did it last time, so I'm going to skip this one. Starshard Arrow has a passive ability. Enemies struck by your basic attacks take 7 additional damage. Active, gain 10 Blitz Charge effectiveness and 20 spell power. And it is part of the Soulwalker set and the Deathblade set. So Soulwalker generates more Stardust and grants Soulwalker spells bonus spell power based on the Stardust gained, and Deathblade gain bonus attack damage. Deathblade spells gain a martial bonus damage based on attack damage. Okay. Sorry, just had to let my dog out there. We got Summon Panther as our next spell. Passive, gain 1 martial whenever your companion shape shifts. Okay. Active, summon a Shade Panther. And the Shade Panther has a 5-second cooldown, 25 attack power, and I think that's attack speed. A 1.0 second attack speed. So it lasts 5 seconds. I think. Does 25 damage every second. And we can spend a vitality charge to give the Shade Panther increased attack speed. So it is part of the Shadowborn, Summoner, and Spirit sets, the traits. Shadowborn, summon a Shadow minion, which levels up as the game progresses. Summoner, minions spawned by Summoner spells deal more damage. And Spirit, gain bonus health regen per equipped Spirit spell. Regenerating health grants attack spell power. Then finally we've got Bone Crush. Is it? Got a passive ability. Every 10 corpses you consume, gain 5 vitality charge effectiveness and generate a vitality charge. Its active is dash and create an icy explosion that deals 40 damage. Corpses in the explosion are consumed. And it's part of the Frostcraft and Spirit set. We've seen Spirit before, but Frostcraft, mana block your leftmost Frostcraft spell, auto cast it every 5 seconds. Do you know what I'm feeling today, guys? I think we might go for a summon build. Sure, let's pick up the Panther, summon Panther, and get to it. Since we already start with a summon... Ooh, it takes a while for him to come out, though. They're the monkeys. And we got the bear, so we've got health regen now. That Panther's quite big. I think we need ways of reducing the cooldown of this, basically so it gains more mana a second so we can cast it quicker. Oh dear, none of these have any matching, like, abilities. Think at the moment we're gonna skip. Oh, we get another Panther. Okay. Let's keep with that then. I'll go over the spells more when they actually like fit our build, meaning they've got matching traits here. But until then, I think we do probably need to take other things. But the first few floors you can pretty much solo. Right, well, that is a spirit item. So we could get bonus health regen if we get Bone Crush. We don't consume any corpses. Okay. Well, let's see. Heaven Piercer fires an arrow dealing 30 damage, generates a stardust per enemy hit, and we can spend an energy charge to fire a larger arrow. Do we want to take that? Ooh, okay, maybe we want this. Minions have 0.5 seconds of increased lifetime. Active, summon 2 random spectres. If you're on low life, summon an additional regen spectre. And regen spectres last 6 seconds and grant you 5 health regen while active. It's part of the Everlast and Eclipse set. Everlast spells grant additional health based on their level. Everlast spells do not scale with spell power. And Eclipse, at combat start, your 3 rightmost spells gain various bonuses. Sure. We'll pick that up. It affects our summons and minions. Ooh, that's an Eclipse spell. Or a spirit spell. Is there anything else that affects our minions? So the Ice Fairy is all about auto-casting stuff. This is burning arrows. We're not really doing that. And the Hex Charge Bomb. Let's see. Midas Judgment. Giant magical hands violently clap together, dealing 40 damage. We can spend a Blitz Charge to make the hands affect a much larger area and stun enemies. Sure, we'll pick that up for now. So we have Everlast 1. Everlast spells grant additional health. So this guy is iron at the moment, so we're getting 100 max health from it. Right. Then we got Enigma. Enigma spells generate an energy charge on cast, and we gain increased energy charge effectiveness by 25. Cool. There's our little summon dude. Oh. What just made us fire a ton of arrows at once there? And what's this? That's not the hands. The hands... Is it cost of Enigma or Eclipse? Something's doing like a blood orb thing. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Infinity Loop. Your leftmost attack spell refills 2. After casting a total of 100 refill spells, gain 80 experience and 7 shop refreshes. Only triggers once. Lawmaster's Cruelty. For every 2 tier 3 spells you acquire, permanently gain 1 attack damage. Gain 4 random tier 3 spells. Patient Shopper. After 10 fights, gain 15 shop refreshes. How much is this going to trigger? We'd have to, if we only pick this up and no other refill spells, we'd have to trigger it 50 times. I'm tempted to reroll, but I think we'll take the infinity loop here. And for now, we'll get additional shop refreshes, because we really want, well, more summoner. And Shadowborn, I guess. What we got here? Avarita, Eclipse, and Enigma. Oh, this is Midas Judgment. We already have that one. Okay. Cultist Gaze. Passive, your rightmost attack spell gains refill 1 and martial 5. Active, grant your rightmost attack spell 10 power for 1 mana cycle. That's an attack spell. That's an attack spell. That's a defensive spell. Okay, so we do have attack spells. Occult says combat start. Occult spells transform into a copy of your leftmost occult spell. And Everlast. Everlast spells grant additional health based on their level. We already have one of them. And then Enigma spells generate 1 charge, which auto-casts attack spells. Sure, we'll take it. And we'll stick it in. Oh, we got another one. And there's a cult here. Summon a fractured clone of yourself. That sounds nuts. For the next 4 seconds, your basic attacks generate 1 Stardust. It's either that or Cultist Gaze again. This is rarer. Let's take Fractured Mirage. We're sort of changing the build a little bit here. I don't think... Ooh... We don't have any ways to spend our charges. Certain spells spend energy charges. Charges are deactivated when your mana orb resets. Yeah. Let's just keep going. Alright, we got another Shadowborn ability. Summon a shadow minion, which levels up. If we put that in, we will get a creeper that gains 100% experience, and on spawn gain 200 plus 50 per level shield. I am slightly interested in that, so let's pick it up. Oh, we got to get the Panther leveled up, right? Over the Enigma. The Enigma won't level up. Yeah, we've got to take the silver when we can. Now the question is, what do we get rid of? If we want to put this in, what does... We'd have to get rid of Enigma. I think that's fine. It's also an Everlast spell that we'd get rid of, though. Do really like the idea of summoning a fractured clone of ourselves. Damage mirrors yours. Attacks performed by this minion count as your attacks. Yeah, let's see. We got 3 Eclipse now. Your 3 rightmost spells gain various bonuses. 40% more mana regen. All at level 5, all previous bonuses and 40% more damage. And at level 7, all previous bonuses and 70 spell power. Let's go. We got a full stock now. Let's see how we do. Oh, whoa, okay. We're summoning a lot of Panthers. Is that because it's refilling? Yeah, I think it's this. Your leftmost attack spell gains refill 2. Yeah, it definitely is. That's what's causing us to make more Panthers. Oh, nice. Let's get more XP. That is Shadowborn again. Shadowborn, Summoner, and Spirit. Or we could go for another occult. Regenerate 20 health and generate a random charge. If you have at least 4 defensive spells, generate bonus energy. Don't know how I feel about that one, in all honesty. Enshroud, passive autocast at 250% spell power whenever you cast any other spell, costing at least 40 mana. Okay. Active, gain 20 shield. After every 3 autocasts, gain 15 armor score for 4 seconds. So what would we have to get rid of for that? Blast and Eclipse. Or do we go more occult? Occult is quite wild. I wonder if we could make loads of clones of ourselves. Let's get another occult. See, now that's Void Gates, that's Shadowborn. Which, really, if we're going to do Shadowborn, then I should have picked up the tier 3 spell in the last, before this reroll. We want to really get out of Midas Judgment, I think. So I don't think I'm going to take anything from the shop. Do we still leave ourselves open for Shadowborn? Nah, I don't think so. Right. Let's pop that there. We gone full occult here. 3 occult. Perform the occult transformation. Generate 10% more mana for each transformed spell you have equipped. So that they should all turn into the fractured clone, fractured mirage. Let's see how we do. I've never done this before, and they do. Oh, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling weaker. Are we slower? We have a lot of minions. Don't know how strong our basic attack is, that's the thing. Havoc, martial free, gain bonus attack damage equal to 40% of this spell's mana cost. That would be good for the occult build. Safeguard, 50% chance to generate a vitality charge on cast if this spell costs at least 40 mana. This instead has a 100% chance to generate 2 vitality charges. So we've got nothing. Oh, the Panther is 40. What do vitality charges do? We gain a shield. Okay. Kingslayer, deal 300% more damage against elites, deal no damage against non-elites. Okay. Echo, the 2 closest spells gain refill 2. How does that affect the Fractured Mirage? Don't, like... I am tempted to get this because it synergizes with our Infinity Loop. So we can get that 80 XP and 7 shop refreshes sooner. But maybe Havoc's just better. Does Martial 3 affect the summon? Determines how much damage your basic attacks do. This should affect our summons. Do you know what? I'm going to get the Havoc. Basic attack damage is what we're doing. Defensive Curse, 40% reduced evasion score. Area Curse, your charges lose 15% effectiveness per equipped area spell. Martial spells have 20% reduced spell power, and enemies have 40% increased attack speed. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Doesn't really affect us in a major way. Any of them do. Should we level up? I think I'm going to stick that on there. and level up. We got another Shadowborn, Umbral Tome. Passive, the 2 closest area spells to the right gain 5 bonus spell power. None of these are aerial. We don't have any area spells. Active enemies near your companion take 25% increased damage for 4 seconds. If your companion is in monkey form, permanent increases this spell's passive spell power by 1. We'll take it, but honestly, I'm not massively hyped on it. Arcana. Arcana spells grant adjacent spells bonus spell power. Arcana spells can be placed on the edge of the spell board. Grant themselves all of the spell power instead. Force Barrier has a passive to regenerate 20 health whenever you spend a charge. Active, gain 40 deflection score for 6 seconds. Spend 2 random charges, gain 2 resonance. That could be pretty good for us. It's very defensive, and it puts us into 2 Arcana, which would give this more spell power. Do you know what? Yeah, let's take that. Got 2 Arcana. Let's see how we get on. We should be quite a bit more defensive. And the 40% bonus attack damage, you can already see how much that's affecting us. We're whomping away with those clones. We just need more ways to increase our basic attack damage and speed. We want to buff ourselves. We need more health. Come on. We should be getting regen. Okay. Breaker on the hunt. How many breaker do we have? We have no breaker, so I don't know about that. Although, mastery effect basic attacks regenerate 5 health. Every 5 basic attacks grant your spells 7 spell power. That is incredibly good for the Fractured Mirage. They count as your attacks, so it would make us regenerate a lot of health. But it's basically we're just building around one spell here. Harbinger, the Toxic Arrow, mastery effect. Whenever you autocast a spell, summon a Deflection Spectre. It lasts for 6 seconds and grants you 20 hex deflection score. Yeah, I'm not really bothered about that. Necro Weave, Predator Bile. Every 8 seconds, a corpse ball rolls through the battlefield, leaving corpses as it travels. Enemies hit by the corpse take damage equal to 15% of their max health plus 40. They also take 20% increased damage for 8 seconds. Yeah, we're not really doing either of the Harbinger or Necro Weave build, so... Electros... Primal Conduction. The 4 spells closest to your mastery spell are 40% reduced spell power but generate 80% more mana. Nah. Oracle. 50% of the mana granted to your mastery spell is also granted to the 2 closest spells. Don't think we're fussed about that. Reaver Ravage. All area spells can now be empowered by Reaver. Autocast your mastery spell at 25% spell power whenever a spell is cast. No, we're re-rolling. Shadowborn. Spells that cost at least 40 mana gain 45 spell power. Do you know what I've just realised? I've been looking at the passives and not been actually looking at the cards. I do apologise. So, the Shadowborn one, as on combat start, transform the closest spell into Duress. And Duress says, passive, spells that share a trait with this spell gain 10 mana cost and martial 10. This spell is mana blocked. So, it buffs Shadowborn spells. Active, launch 5 Shadow Bombs, dealing 15 damage, regenerate 5 health per elite. Let's re-roll. Let's read what On the Hunt does first. Passive, your basic attacks deal 50% increased damage to elites, and active, gain 30 evasion score. I'm still quite keen on this. We got Syntech, Lunar Kindred. The mastery effect is for each unique trait you have, gain 100 health. And The actual ability is passive, gain 10 attack damage. The 2 closest attack spells gain martial 5, and on active, generate a random charge. No thank you. That was our last reroll. Arcana, Intimidate. We do have 2 Arcana. Mastery effects, spells placed on the edge of your spell board. Generate 1 Blitz charge before casting. And Intimidate, passive, every 2 Blitz charge generated, autocast closest attack spell at 25% spell power. The active is your companion intimidates all nearby enemies, causing them to take 15% increased damage for 6 seconds. That actually works pretty well for us. We got a lot of attack spells, and obviously buffing our companion's great. But I don't think we generate enough blitz charges. In fact, at the moment, we generate exactly none. I think we go for On the Hunt. Basic attacks deal 50% increased damage to elites, and on active gain 30 evasion score. They also regen 5 health. Yeah. Sounds good to me. We could go for the greed and skip the resonance reward here. But do we want the shop refreshers? I think we just want the shop refreshers, to be honest. Can we get anything good? That's Summoner. Would I take that over the Panther? Are we doing Summoner stuff? Sort of. Oh, we have Breaker now. Oh, this is Breaker, of course. That Breaker gives us attack speed. Generate a Blitz charge on cast. 25 effectiveness. Force barrier. We are generating charges for this to spend. However, are we going to keep the Panther and the Leech? What does Summoner do? Summons do 20% more damage. Only minions spawned by Summoner spells. Okay. Yeah, I don't like any of these. Let's roll. There's another summon. I don't think we're going to be using Midas's Judgment. Let's reroll. What is this? Everlast. Combat starts, summon a Ghost Archer. They last until the end of combat, deal 30 damage and attacks whenever you spend or generate a charge, launching a rain of arrows at a random enemy. And passive, they gain 6 mana on attack. And active, generate a random charge, prioritizing the type that the closest charge spender to the right requires. I mean, I think that's probably worth picking up. Let's just have a look at Flame Pact, though. That is part of the Eclipse set. It would give us the Eclipse bonus. I think. No, we're only at 1 Eclipse. Okay. A rotating barrage of flames emit from your companion, dealing 40 damage per second for 5 seconds. We can spend 3 blitz charges for your companion to shapeshift into bear form. Is that worth picking up? We are getting blitz charges. We want to keep Arcana? Yeah, I don't think we pick that up. Oh, hello. That's another Fractured Mirage. Give me that. That's a Blitz one, a Breaker spell. Breaker spells generate blitz charges on cast. This one, gain 2 attack damage for 6 seconds and refill 3. That's actually thick for our build. I'm going to get rid of the Panther. The Panther's over. That's going to generate an insane amount of charge. Because it's got refill 3. So it's going to trigger 3 times before moving on to the force barrier. I wish I could hover over whatever resonance is. There we go. Resonance is a resource at the start of each planning phase. Ah, yeah, I know what it is. This is revenance up here. Resonance, sorry. So we'll be able to get more rewards. 2 resonance is not a lot, though. Maybe if this spends everything you've got. But it sounds like it only spends 2 charges. That is another breaker. Passive auto cast 50% spell power on elite death. After every 5 cast/auto casts, your companion stuns nearby enemies. And on active, gain 20 shield. Don't know if I want this. I think I like what we've got going at the moment. Which is no Panther. We're not doing Shadowborn. I might as well pick that up. I don't think we're ever going back into it, but there we go. Right, let's see how we get on. Our arrows are getting spicy. Hell yeah. Oh, we are doing work now. We didn't come anywhere near close to dying that round. I think we need more XP. That's another breaker spell. Passive, gain 4 max health whenever you stun an elite. Active, teleports and stuns nearby enemies for 1 second and summons a temporal totem that lasts 5 seconds, has 20 damage and a 1.5 second attack speed, and it attacks with piercing projectiles. What's Breaker 3? 125 effectiveness of blitz charges. That means more attack speed. Yeah. I think we take it. It's a defensive spell as well. Because it gives us max health. And it stuns enemies. We just pick up another time bubble here. And go. We got 3 breaker now. That's going to mean our attack speed is out of this world, hopefully. We should be spamming the ever-living heck out of, well, our basic attack. Oh yeah, melting them. Holy moly. We gained max HP. I think we did. I think we gained 88 there. Mana Beast Hammer. Attack spells gain bonus spell power equal to 50% of the mana cost. And Gem Mana Beast plus 20 mana cost. Generate 10% more mana for each equipped spell with a lower mana cost. How many attack spells do we have? Literally 1. We have 1 attack spell. That's useless. Deathblade, Godshard. Deathblade spells gain 15 spell power. And this spell now counts the following trait, Deathblade. We have no Deathblade at the moment. We have no Shadowborn either. Shadowborn spells gain 15 spell power. We just got rid of our Shadowborn. Man, I wish I'd saved some rerolls now. Permanent curses. Don't think spell power matters to us. Spell power, I think, increases the amount of time the attack damage lasts for. Plus 20 on the mana cost. So our highest mana cost at the moment is 25. So literally anything we put this on would work. What does spell power? It just gives us Stardust. More evasion. Sure, we'll take that just because it's the only useful thing. And we'll shove you there. Let's keep going for experience. None of these, thank you very much. There's our breaker spell. Yeah, we'll pick another copy of that up. And let's go. We are not getting any occult. Oh, they seem to be very rare anyway. Oh, we're getting whomped here. Something hit us for big damage. We are getting quite a bit of max health. We've gained over 100 max health right now. This is giving us 4 max health whenever we stun an elite. Which is kind of nuts. There can't be that many elites, surely. For us to get over 100 max health. I'm going for shop refreshes this time. I've changed my mind. There's Parasitic Blossom. Goes up to a silver. We could have got our Time Bubble silver as well, but nah. That's another Parasitic Blossom. Or Bloom, even. Sure. Yeah, none of these look appealing. We got Occultist Gaze. There's the Fractured Image bumping up to silver. Okay. We're starting to get silvers. You can disappear now. You're never coming back, and neither are you, Force Barrier, unfortunately. We're starting to get 4-star spells as well. Phantom grants bonus evasion. Maybe we pick that up just to stick it in. Yeah, I think we do. We'll shove it in there. Spawns 3 waves at random locations that deal 28 damage, and we can spend a vitality charge to dash to a nearby position and spawn 3 bonus waves from wherever you land. Oh yeah, let's bump the time bubble up to a silver. I think it just increased the amount of time the temporal totem's out. I guess we're going for more time bubbles. Right, let's see how we do. We got 120 odd enemies. Oh wow, okay. That does get spammed quite a bit, doesn't it? That's a lot of waves. That's big AoE. Now with 2 Phantom, we're gaining 100 evasion score and 4 spell power. Every 20 attacks you evade, grant all Phantom spells bonus spell power. And we got 2 Electros as well. So every time we fire off an Electros spell, 4 lightning bolts deal 15 damage. We've barely taken any damage this time. Maybe this gives a higher stun chance. At silver, I'm not entirely sure. Confluence grants the closest spell refill 2, and we can gain 3 mana whenever you cast any other refill spell. Bloodforge gain an attack damage after every 4 attacks, After reaching 20 stacks, this spell gains Martial 5 and 8 mana a second. I think we need to take that. It's so good. Ichor, gain health regen equal to 50% of the spell's mana cost, and every 500 health you regenerate, generate an energy charge. Or Kingslayer, deal 300% more damage against elites, deal no damage against non-elites. Yeah, let's take Bloodforge. Spawn more overlords, they're elite enemies. Yeah, we kind of want that. Area spells cost 10 more mana to cast, hex casters appear 40% more frequently, and area spells have 40% reduced area. We're not doing area stuff. Well, I guess we have one area spell that's this, right? Oh, that's not even an area spell. Interesting. Do we actually have an area spell? We have no area spells. Okay, that's fantastic. Let's shove you on there. And shove you on there. And see how we get on. So, how many more fights do we need to get to level 7? You get 10 XP a fight, and if you pick the 20 XP here. So after the next one we'll be on 100. Then 130. Yeah, I think for the next 2 fights we've got to take the experience to level up there. And we're just swiftly moving on. The gems should have given us more than enough damage. Especially with Breaker 3, our attack speed goes nuts. This has 20 stacks now, so the spell has Martial 5 and regenerate 8 mana per second. Okay, on the hunt. Increase the spell's passive value up to 100% from 50%. Your basic attacks deal 100% increased damage to elites. Is it 50%? Okay. Starshot, lower the spell's mana cost to 8, down from 15, and modifies to this spell's refill value are tripled. Or corrupted, this spell now counts as the following traits: Twilight and Eclipse. We only have one Eclipse spell. I think we just make our basic attacks deal 100% increased damage to elites. It's gotta be right. Oh, here we go. Duplicate any tier 1, 2, or 3 spell. Or more shop refreshes. If we duplicate here, we can get this to silver. Or this to silver. I'm wondering here with Occult, it says spells transform into a copy of your leftmost occult spell. Now, does that include the rarity? So, if we got this up to gold, would these become gold, or do you need to get them up separately? Because it would determine whether or not we go for the upgrade on this or this. Honestly, I think we duplicate this and get it to silver. Gained 3 attack damage. Nice. That's great. Once again, none of these. And, I mean, that Rain of Arrows is an insane spell. But we used it in the last run, so if you want to go check that out, then do go have a look. Oh yeah, 100% damage against elites is disgusting. Get out of here. Absolutely melting you. Still not sure what's causing the red explosions and balls. Is it an enemy attack? Who knows? We gotta go for XP here. Up to level 7 we go. Do we just take... This is an Enigma and an Eclipse. That'd get us up to level 2 Enigma, which gives us increased effectiveness on energy charges. We're not spending energy charges. And then Eclipse needs 3, and we only have 1 Eclipse. But this just says gain 15 spell power for 1 mana cycle whenever another projectile spell is cast. Bonus projectiles grant the spell 10% area and 20% damage. We don't have any projectile spells, I don't think. We got 1. 2. We've got 2 projectile spells. Okay. Bonus projectiles. Active dash and launch a flurry of projectiles for 2 seconds, dealing 120 damage per second. I might as well pick that up. Why not? And let's move this over to make it 70 mana. Oh, hello. We found the tier 4 occult spell. 4 corpses fall from the sky, each dealing 45 damage in an area. Spend up to 3 random charges to grant all spells that share a trait with this one 2 spell power per charge spent. Yeah, we gotta pick up the corpse fall, don't we? And I think that means we say goodbye to Last Dance. Yeah. Sorry you didn't last very long, my friend. But as is the way of things. I think we're good here now. We got 3 Phantom, 2 Electros, 1 Enigma, 4 Occult. Oh, we only need 3 Occult. Everlast. So we could get rid of one of these then. Occult and Arcana. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Oh, do you know what? I shouldn't have gotten rid of that other spell. I didn't realise Occult only went up to 3. We'll be right. Oh. And we have confirmation that the copied spell, it doesn't copy the rarity. Now, yeah, they are worse. Do you know what, actually, I think I'm going to keep the Occult at 4, because I want as many of these archers as possible. Mana block all your tier 1 spells. Sundering Souls gain 40 evasion score and 30 health. After you evade 100 attacks, gain 10 attack damage and grant all attack spells martial 3. Or Knight's Passage, summon an evasion spectre every 2 seconds. Whenever you summon a minion, gain 6 health. What was the thing that's giving us evasion? Phantom. Phantom's giving us evasion. Right, I think we go for the Sundering Souls then. Hopefully we can evade 100 attacks, because 10 attack damage is going to be a lot. You need to go there. Do we go for more experience here? No, I think we start trying to fill our board out a little bit. Thank you for the Corpse Fall. And the Parasitic Bloom. We're getting close to getting gold with that. I think we keep the Energize. I quite like the build that we've got going on at the moment. Necroweave, Soulwalker, and Arcana. And what we have is seems to be doing real well. I think the Breakers are really sort of helping. Look at our archers in the backline just going mental. We missed a guy. Yeah, once we get going on these elites, they just get shredded. I think we go more shop refreshes again, for sure. Well, that's Fractured Mirage. We do have a shockwave. However, I think I might be forced to skip it here. Yeah, unfortunate. We don't have space to put it in. Nothing there. Nothing there. And Fractured Mirage, 2 silvers. That means we're getting closer and closer to getting these 2 to gold. Oh, we could have got double silver for the time bubble as well, but it was one or the other. And I think making our archers gold is definitely going to help us a lot more. Have we evaded 100 attacks? We've evaded 50. Now, I don't know if this is a per floor thing, or it's just like after you evade 100 attacks, now you get that for the rest of the run. We evaded 84 attacks there. Oh, we got to be getting close, surely. 90. Come on, 97. There we go, we got 100. Right at the end. Literally right at the end. Okay. Evocator, 150% increased mana costs and combat start summon 3 greater mana spectres. Pinnacle, deal 12% more damage for every 40 points of mana the spell gains. Deal 1% more damage. Eh. Riposte, 40 hex deflection, score and martial 2. Whenever you deflect a hex, gain an attack damage. This is pretty good. Attack damage determines how much our basic attacks do, and that's kind of what we want. Sovereign, 50 spell power, plus 20 mana cost, and mana block adjacent spells. I think I'm going to go for Riposte here. Your charges lose 15% effectiveness per equipped projectile spell. Oh, shit. We got 1, 2... 2 projectile spells, so that's 30% less effectiveness. So we'd have 95% attack speed. I don't know if we can afford to take that. I'm going to re-roll it. Overlord auras are 60% larger. I'm absolutely happy with that. Enemies have 40% increased attack speed. Fine with that. You take 1% more damage for each active minion you have. Ooh. We're going to be taking a lot more damage. And while you are not at low life, take 30 damage whenever you cast a martial spell. Sure. And hopefully we can avoid that damage. But I'm not sure. Whenever you deflect a hex. Yeah. Put that there. Do we start going for XP now? What do we need in order... We need 160 XP. And we get we get 30 XP per floor. So, what's that? 160. It's like 5 floors. We'd be level 8 by floor 21. I think we just go for the refreshes. There's a Fractured Mirage. There's a nothing. Corpse Fall. Level that up to silver. Nice. And we got nothing else. I'm excited to see what the level 5 occult spell is. We have sort of built around these archers though, with all the basic attack power and attack speed. And so far so good. We're avoiding a lot of attacks. Not deflecting many hexes. But we haven't really built into that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep going for refreshes here. Or with one more parasitic bloom before we can get it to gold. So all of our occult spells are silver now, which is something that I love to see. And we just keep rolling. And we didn't get anything. But having our archers all be silver now is going to mean... Well, I believe it increases the attack speed. I think it was 0.8 to 1.2 attacks per second. So that's a 50% increase. It's 0.4, yeah, it's a 50% increase. That is that's a huge buff. And look at us going wild. We barely took any damage. Swift Leech, your leftmost and rightmost spells have a 50% chance to generate a blitz charge on cast. After generating 30 charges, your basic attacks regen 10 health. Love that. Pain and Gain, your left and rightmost attack spells gain Martial 6. Martial 6 increases spell damage. And regenerate 20 health whenever you cast a martial spell. Or Bone Watcher, your minions gain 1 second of bonus lifetime. Summon 4 deflection spectres every 8 seconds. When you cast a buff spell, lower this by 1 second. We got 1 buff, 2 buffs. I don't think this counts as a buff, because it's being turned into Fractured Mirage. I think we're going to be generating a lot of blitz charges. Yeah, let's take it. Feel like making our basic attacks regenerate 10 health. Did we not? I swear this mastery gave us basic attacks heal 5 health. Where does it tell you that? Ah, here we go. Mastery effect. Basic attacks regenerate 5 health. Yeah. Yeah. So we're regenerating 15 health for every basic attack. And our clones count as us attacking. And we're summoning 4 of them. So we have an insane amount of healing. Don't think we need the health regen. I'll get a little bit of hex deflection, sure. And more shop refreshes, please. Can we get a gold? Nothing yet. Oh dear. That's a corpse fall. There's a fractured malice. Or mirage even. Ooh. I don't want the fractured mirage more than the energize, I think, at gold. So now we're so close to getting these 2 spells to gold, because we've got a silver copy of each. Do you know what? Let's just make that easier to see. Oh yeah, that looks way better. Oh, and I've ordered it in stars as well. Cool. Absolutely rinsing these guys. We're evading as well, like a madman. Yeah, as soon as we, like, track onto an enemy, the health just goes whoop, all the way down. Damn. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling bloody strong. Let's... Time for a gold parasitic bloom. That opens us up with a lot more space to take other things as well. Corpse fall. No, thank you. We don't have any of these. Nope. Still not seen the level 5 occult yet. But we've got a gold. Yeah, that increases the Fractured Mirage attack speed by a further 50%. So it goes from 0.8 to 1.2 to 1.8 attacks per second. Going from iron, silver, gold. I think it's time to get XP now. Oh, are we even going to make it, actually? That's a point. Hey, we've got our second gold. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure we'll make it to level 8. But I don't even know if we're going to need it. This generates 30 charges so quickly. And look at the health regen. We're like pretty much never not full. The healing output and the damage output is just... it's so wild. Like, in the last video, yeah, we were dishing out a lot of damage and melting enemies. Whole big groups of enemies. But I really did feel like the survivability aspect was lacking. What do we want here then? Wellspring, regenerate 2 health for each point of mana granted to this spell. I don't think we need that. Capacitor, summon an evasion spectre whenever you cast an adjacent spell. After every 5 minions summoned, generate a random charge. That could be pretty good. Templar, Martial 3, gain 1 Martial for each equipped buff spell. We have 2 buff spells. That one and that one, I think. Yeah. So it'd gain 2 Martial. Martial increases spell damage. We're not really a spell damage build. Necrosis, mana block this in the closest spell. 40% reduced health, regeneration, effectiveness. I think we got to take the evasion spectre here. We're summoning minions, and generating a random charge is pretty good. Area Curse, area spells cost 10 more mana to cast. That is simple. Attack damage, you have 50% reduced attack speed. Ooh, that one is not, though. That attack speed's brutal. You take 40% increased damage while shielded, and your charge loses 15% effectiveness per equipped. I think we still have to take this. My only issue is, how long do they last? Temporary curses. Does it say? I think it's 5 floors. The only ones that stay are these permanent curses. But if we have this attack speed debuff until the end of the run, I may need to reroll here. I'm going to reroll. Elites have 25% more health. Martial spells cost 10 mana. While you're not low on life, take 30 damage whenever you cast an area spell. And all charges lose 5 effectiveness per active minion. That is brutal. But better than the 50% less attack speed. Let's go. Evasion, Spectre. I mean, you can just go on there. Summon an evasion spectre whenever you cast an adjacent spell. Okay, we'll go there then. Now, we have 4 stages left. The maximum XP we can get is 30. So what's that, 120? Yeah, I think we just go for refreshes here. I think it was a mistake to go for XP. There's Corpse Ball. Oh, I got scared there. I thought that this was the 5-star occult spell, but thankfully it wasn't. Still no 5-star occult spell. We've got a 4-star breaker spell though. A giant laser that deals 80 damage over 4 seconds. Elites hit, explode for 25 area damage. And we can spend 3 energy charges to make your companion shift into Phoenix form. Kind of like... Is Electros doing anything for us? Does this sound better? 80 damage. No, this is giving us attack damage. Yeah, no, we don't want that. Attack damage is our basic attack damage, which applies to all of our clones. Oh my god, nothing. Literally nothing. Oh yeah. Okay. Once again, we rinsed them. The Vagrant every 2 seconds autocast a random attack spell that shares no traits with your mastery spell. So that these two would trigger. No, just Shockwave. Because Fractured Mirage is not an attack spell. Vampiric Cowl, after every 10 basic attacks, auto-cast the closest attack spell to your mastery spell at 50% spell power. After every 3 spells you auto-cast, regenerate 20 health. Or Crackling Crown, your mastery spell gains refill 2 and has 50% chance to generate a random charge on cast. I think Vampiric Cowl is basically what we want. We're doing basic attacks. Yeah. And we want to auto-cast the closest attack spell to your mastery spell at 50% spell power. This is mastery. They're both attack spells. What if we put them there? Yeah, I think that works well. Let's get more shop refreshers. Where is that 5-star occult spell? Come on, game. Damn. This is why I don't gamble. Absolutely shit luck. On we go. To stage 22. Oh, I think that Vampiric Cowl is putting in some work. It's casting these two loads. They have refill as well, interestingly enough. Oh, hell yeah. More XP. That means we could get to level 8 on the last stage. I think we just gain 4 attack damage here. That's probably the best one. Let's keep getting shop refreshes. I care not about getting to level 8. I just want strong spells. Okay. Oh. No, we actually have Shockwave. Okay. Ooh. I feel like maybe I've missed Shockwave a couple of times. What is the Shockwave there for? Just for an Electros? I mean, it does go pretty hard. I don't think it's doing a lot of damage. It's just getting rid of all the small guys. Which is great for us. We don't need more XP. Who ever needed experience? Let's get it up to silver. Corpse fall. Oh, we're so close to getting that to gold. No. On we go. We're gaining shield now. What's giving us shield? It's the vitality charges, I think. Look at that chaos. Ain't it beautiful? Yeah, just for the last floor, give me more refreshes. Thank you very much. Is there even a 5-star occult spell? Who knows? That we have an energize. I've got to take the shockwave though. We got gold on the time bubble. Amazing. 3 gold spells, and this is the last stage, so off we go. See how we do. We really don't ever seem to be in danger. The life gain's insane. Is that like 5,000 health regen? At maximum health. So many waves going out. We are summoning quite a lot of totems as well. I think, is our attack speed being affected by that? We did get a curse that lowers our attack speed based on the amount of minions we had summoned. That was the last guy and we did it. We chuffing did it, guys. And we got some unlocks. I won't go over them now. I'll leave them as a surprise for other runs. But yeah, what a wild run. I think that will be it for today's episode, guys, but thank you so much for tuning in, and if you liked what you see, then don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, you know, all the usual jazz, and yeah, I will catch you in the next video. Ta-ta for now.